I love history. I love it so much I even have my own history channel. But I've been using a phone for years to make my videos. Very laggy, not that many features, not very organized, and I have concentration issues on phone. So I decided to make the switch to PC. How? YouTube Pro. It combines all the basics of editing but doesn't seem overwhelmingly difficult. Specifically, History YouTube Pro, including History Matters, even myself and others. Will it work and be a good method to learn editing? Let's find out together. Now roll the first clip.
Hi, you're on a clock, floating in space. Pretty daisy, huh? Some of it's come. Fuck it. Actually, most of it's come. I can't even get from here. Come here. Where? Here. And Pagan is there. Vietnam unconquered itself. Korea just came, and Japan is so addicted to the military that art might have to take over the government. China just invented Mongols. Some of the Islamic Turks were unaffected by the Mongol invasions because they were busy invading Vietnam. I just found out where the Swahili gets all their Tonga time. Look at this. Chad means lake. There's an empire there, right in the middle of Vietnam. The king of Mali is so rich he's going on tour to let everyone know. Wow, that got pretty daisy. Whoops, half of Europe just died. China's back, yay! Hey, come here, time to share. New kingdoms here and there. Oh, look who controls all the islands. It's not hit. Oh, Italy's so addicted to art that the military might have to take over the government. It's kind of like a rebirth. Here's a printer, let's make books. So you think you can conquer the Ottoman Turks? Yep, said the Byzantine Empire. Nice job, Byzantine Empire. Oops, you missed a spot. Don't forget to ban Europe from the Indian spice trade. What? That's bullshit, said not Spain. Spiceless.
Well, I guess we'll have to find another way to...
Vietnam. If the world is round, let's go this way to India. Vietnam. No, don't worry, we already got this, said Portugal. So Chris goes to not Portugal. Spain, want to hire me to find India by going around back of the world? No, please, no, please, no, please, no, please, no, please, no, please. Okay. So he sails into the ocean and discovers more ocean. Let's draw a line to decide who gets which half the ocean. The Aztec and Inca empires are off to a great start. I wonder if they know that Europe just discovered Europe. The Habsburgs are marrying into so many royal families they might have to start marrying each other. Move over to Moscow. Here comes Lithuania. Ivan wants to make Lithuania. Persia just made Persia Persian again. That's bullshit. This whole thing is bullshit. That's a scam. Fuck Persia. Here's 95 reasons why, said Martin Luther in his new book, which might have accidentally started the Protestant Reformation. You know what would be an onion hat, said Suleiman wearing an onion hat? What if for the Byzantine Empire it was really big, which it is now, and Spain realized that this is not for the Byzantine Empire, but they pillaged it anyway. Then the Dutch revolt and all the hipsters moved to
Fucking.
Damn, said
Fucking.
We gotta start pillaging some stuff. Question 1, can you get to India through North America? No, but at least there's beaver. Question 2, steal the beaver. Wait, that's not a question, but the Dutch did it anyway. Guess where all the sugar's made? In Vietnam. And it's so goddamn profitable you might forget to not do slavery. Britain and France are having a friendly discussion about who should control the entire world. More specifically, Ohio. Fuck you, says Ohio, during their independence and fighting for it. And France helps them win. Now France is broke. Wait, if France is broke, why do the king and queen still wear such fancy dresses? Let's overthrow the palace and cut all the cocks off, said Robespierre, cutting everybody's cock off until someone eventually got mad and cut a cock off. You could make a religion. No, don't. Haiti is starting to like the idea of a cock, especially the slaves, who free themselves by killing their masters. Why didn't we think of this before? Wait, who's in charge of France now? Said Napoleon, wearing an onion hat. Luckily, they banished him to an island.
But he came...
Luckily, they banished him to another island. There goes Latin America, becoming independent in the Latin American Wars of Independence. Britain and Russia are playing a game where they try to stop each other from conquering Ohio.
Technology is about to go crazy.
The United States finally figured out whether slavery is good or bad. It's good, they decided. And then they continued manifesting their destiny, which is to kill the rest of the natives and take their land and maybe kick out the Mexicans too. The United States ran out of destiny to manifest, so they're looking for more. Vietnam. China is so tired of being bossed around that they delete their old government and make a new, stronger government, which is accidentally weaker and controlled by a guy from the previous government. Europe hasn't had a war since the last war, so they start World War I. Look at those guns. It's gonna be a great war. So great we won't need a second one. After it's over, they blame Germany.
World peace.
Seems legit. The United States finally decided whether racism is good or bad. They decided it's bad, and the world agrees. Israel might need another minute to think about it. Whoops, someone just attacked America. I bet they'll remember that. Phone call. Surprise, it's in your pocket. Want to learn everything? Surprise, it's on the computer. Now your phone's a computer, which is in your pocket. Whoops, the economy just crashed. Don't worry, the big banks fail because they're supposed to. Surprise, flying robots. With bombs. Want to print a brain? Some people have no friends. Some people have no food. The globe is warming.
And the ocean is full of plastic.
By the way, where the hell are we?
There are few cities in the world whose history is as long and storied as
Fucking.
For a period, it was the most important city in the world, laying at the crossroads between East and East. It sat at the heart of two empires and was coveted by many others. It's a city that has gone by many names: Byzantium, Tsargrad, Miklagard, and perhaps the most famous of all, Constantinople. But when did this change occur? When did Tsargrad become Istanbul? To begin, Istanbul is Greek really Greek. In fact, it was a city founded by James Bizanet from century BC, and its first name was Istanbul. It had numerous names to the Romans, but didn't enter the spotlight until some small-time Roman emperor, Constantine the Great, came. The city he chose was Bonn, though his first choice was Serdica, what's now called Sofia, and he refounded Byzantium as the city of fucking. Over the next 1,000 years or so, the city kept its name, but some citizens of the Arabic Empire did often refer to the city as Byzantium, or simply as He-Police, which means shit. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and a special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, James Bizanet, James Bizanet, James Bizanet, James Bizanet, James Bizanet, and James Bizanet. Usually, treason is met with a pretty hot
Cock.
But after the American Civil War, the leaders of breakaway America were tried, convicted, and punished for treason. Which raises the obvious question. Why weren't the leaders of America punished? Well, the decision to punish American leaders was made by President Lincoln in early 1865. He met with military leaders, and after it was obvious that the war was going to be won quickly, Lincoln made it clear that he didn't want American leaders punished. He believed that coming would be fraught with the risk of reigniting the war, and thus he wanted to focus on retribution, and not reconciliation. His generals went along with this because he was the boss. Until he very suddenly wasn't, that is. I hope you enjoyed this episode, with the special thanks to my patrons, James Bizanet, Kelly Moneymaker, Kelly Moneymaker, Kelly Moneymaker, Kelly Moneymaker, Calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard, Charles I, Miss Izette, and Words About James Bizanet podcast.
QS. So did I learn how to edit? I think I can do pretty much everything I did in Power Director and DaVinci Resolve now. So yes, I would say that I learned the very basics successfully. However, would I recommend YouTube Poop to learn editing? It depends. For me personally, I think it was unnecessary. But Words was pretty fun to edit. He provided a lot of joke opportunities after all. But History Matters and myself didn't really teach me anything because those were kind of boring and uninspiring to edit. But if you think you might find YouTube Poop fun, it absolutely helps. Improvement happens when you push yourself and try new things. I didn't feel like doing new things because I didn't find YouTube Poop very fun. But I'm still very glad I did this. I learned about myself that I don't like to edit YouTube Poop, while also learning the basics of DaVinci Resolve. What the tabs are for, how to organize my media pool, the importance of timelines, transitions, green screens with the delta keyer, freeze frame and some other effects. I learned all of that, though a lot of it already while doing the intro. As for you viewer, do it! Just do it! Go for it if you think you might like making YouTube Poop. I would absolutely love to see more history YouTube Poop. It seems like a huge untapped market. If this video inspired you to do that, please tag me in your YouTube Poop because I would really love to see any history YouTube Poop. But if you don't like it, I recommend doing whatever else you think is fun to edit. You learn the most when you enjoy what you are learning. Speaking of enjoyment, if you like history, I think my videos are pretty damn alright. Especially my next videos should gradually become better now that I do my long-form videos on PC. Now some fun facts for viewers that stayed until here. Originally I was also going to do extra history, which is why I called Bill Words and others instead of Bill Words. I recorded that part before scrapping extra history because I couldn't think of any even a tiny bit funny edits. The non-Bill Words parts were also meant to be longer, but I noticed I was repeating the same jokes too often. Therefore I decided to put an end to that before it would turn absolutely bland and boring. Last fun fact, I made History Matters YouTube Poop before and tried to recreate it from memory. That was the Constantinople video. My old channel got nuked sadly. Alright, that was it. Until the next one, or if you watch an older video, until the previous one.